Welcome to Skanky Productions. I'm Crown Grey's Kokon. Let's get into the video. Today's video marks the passing yesterday on the 8th of September 2022. The passing of a great woman, a great mother, a great grandmother, a great grandmother, and really and truly the grandmother of the whole nation. And I didn't think I would feel this way about the passing of the monarch. I have a family which on one side are very strongly monarchist and the other side very strongly Republican. But still, this video, as with all of our videos, is going to look at the kind of deeper historical context. And just to give an idea of the role that Queen Elizabeth has played, not just for the United Kingdom, but also for the world as a whole. So that's what this video is going to be looking at, and yeah, so definitely don't forget, obviously hit the like button, subscribe and all the rest of it to check out some of our other videos, but this is not really the video for that. But to give an idea of just how long her reign is, yeah, so this year we just passed the Platinum Jubilee. There's 70 years on the throne. Had she lived for another 2 years, she actually would have become the longest reigning monarch of all time. Yeah, so Louis XIV of France, he ended up beating her, right? For someone to be on the throne and to have 15 prime ministers under her, right? To have gone through 14 different US presidents, to have gone through 11 different leaders of Soviet Union / Russia. When she ascended to the throne after her father died in 1952, Winston Churchill was still prime minister, Harry Truman was the US president, and Joseph Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union. And in all of this time, in all of these many decades that have gone past here, the world has completely transformed itself in a way that she and the rest of us could scarcely have imagined. But to give a bit of idea of how much of an impact she's had, I'm going to scale back to 1952. So 1952, Britain was still the head of a large empire, although obviously that empire was in decline. And obviously she was the queen of all of that empire. But even upon different countries gaining their independence, many of them still decided, for a time at least, to maintain the monarchy. So she was the former queen of Pakistan, Ghana, South Africa, Tanganyika, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Malawi, Guyana, Rhodesia, Gambia, Sierra Leone, Ceylon, Malta, Trinidad and Tobago, Fiji, Mauritius, and last year, which is part of where my ancestry is from, Barbados, right? I was just on the phone, a very long conversation with my grandma from Barbados, and she was telling me about the times when she's met the Queen at Buckingham Palace, but also she was telling me about, at the time of the coronation and of the previous king's passing, she was still in Barbados, and she remembers all of the kind of processions that were kind of done then. And it's a very strange thing, because it's a thing where not just my lifetime, not just my parents' lifetime, but even if you think about my 4 different grandparents, yeah, 2 from England, 1 from Barbados, another from Nigeria. At the time in which all of them met and married, they were all under the reign of Elizabeth II. So my dad's parents were married in 1954, and my mum's parents were married in 1958. And it's very strange when you think about it. It's kind of like, for someone to have been on the throne and to have been working all that time, like even 2 days before she died, she welcomed like the new prime minister. And obviously we wish her all the best and everything. And yeah, it's really, it's the end of the era, really. It really is the end of the era. And she still is still was the queen of 15 different independent states around the world. So that's, of course, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, Bahamas, Grenada, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Antigua and Bermuda, Belize, and St. Kitts and Nevis. So she's the queen of 15 countries and the queen of 151 million subjects across the world on many different continents. So yesterday, the whole world was in mourning, not just her subjects, but also people in all the many countries that she visited. And it's interesting that when people say the Queen, everyone instinctively knows who one is talking about, and it kind of gives an idea of the impact that she had, not just in England, not just in Britain as such, but also around the whole world. And on screen, of course, is you know, we have all the different pictures of different world leaders that she's met over the time, and that's what you're seeing on screen. But it really is the end of an era. If you compare 1952 to you know, 2022, the world has changed unrecognisably. You know, the age of imperialism is over, and Britain itself has changed as well. You know, you had you know, great liberalisation and stuff. You know, the society in the 1950s was very much more conservative. Now we're very much more liberal. You know, Britain also kind of experienced a lot of you know, immigration during her reign as well. And modern day England, modern day Britain is very, very different to what it was in 1952. But in all that time, she has been an anchor. She has been a rock. And you know, like the kind of Christmas messages that she used to do, you know, the Queen's speech every year, always encapsulated the mood of the nation, and was the one thing that, no matter whether people were left wing or right wing or centrist or whatever it was, it united the whole country, and it was something which the country could agree on. And I think the reason why I marked the kind of you know, the Platinum Jubilee wasn't necessarily because I'm necessarily a massive fan of like the royal family and stuff. You know, in my video, a draft constitution of an independent England, I kind of have a kind of get out clause in case people in future ever wanted there to be a republic, like, so kind of laying out the kind of structure for how that ought to become done. But I think the reason why I marked it is because I can't think of another time when there ever will be another Platinum Jubilee. Personally, I don't think the monarchy will last 100 years. I know that a large number of people in Britain feel the same way. And I think a large part of that comes from the younger generation. You know, I happen to be a youth worker, and on the day of the Jubilee, while a lot of the kind of older people were celebrating it, the younger people they didn't understand the role of the Queen. They didn't see the importance of her and stuff. Yeah, they don't understand what her role is and whether we still need a monarchy or not, etc., etc. And obviously that's up to debate. But, you know, her popularity kind of trumped all of that. It kind of overrode all of that. So no matter whether one was a monarchist or a Republican, one still had respect for the Queen. And the same can't be said for her son, King Charles. So just to kind of give an idea, you know, people in public opinion polls have kind of indicated that they would rather it skipped straight to Prince William as opposed to giving it to Charles. But, you know, obviously it's early days. You know, he could turn things around. We don't know. But I don't think anyone could ever rival the kind of love and respect that she had, and having that role of giving advice to prime ministers of both parties and stuff, but also not getting involved, not saying her opinion on things, just staying out of politics. I think that's what helped to kind of unify the nation in a way. And people kind of imposed their own values on her and stuff and said, oh, she's in favour of this or she's not, and you know, but she never overstepped the line. And I think she played the constitutional role that she had very, very well. And I think it really is the end of an era, and I can't see the monarchy lasting for another 100 years, like I've said, because I don't think there will ever be a monarch like her. I think that even whether the monarchy lasts for 10 years, 100 years, or even the next 1,000 years, I think that history will mark her as the greatest monarch that Britain's ever had. So, yeah, so with all that being said, have a great day and bye.